I'm in Branson. I'm at Hope Counseling Center. I have got Kyle with me. Good to see you again.
See you too.
Okay, you just celebrated kind of an important milestone. It began with a switchover, though. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, a little over 1 year ago, we switched from Faith Community Health. We were doing primary care work for the community, for the uninsured and underinsured, and we noticed that our impact wasn't there when we started back in 2009.
Right.
But what we did notice is we started a thing with mental health. We hired a counselor, and that took off. And as a board, we really looked at it and said, you know what, we need to switch our focus because we want to have the impact that our founders set out to have.
Okay.
And we did that, and we switched to Hope Counseling Center. And I think when you make a switch, you try to find, did you make the right choice?
Of course.
And you try to find that validation. And immediately we were validated with the demand of services that people need. And just that 1 year since we switched over, we had an 89% increase in client volume compared to Faith Community Health. So that was validating.
You're doing something right.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
You made the right decisions. Now, the anniversary was in mid-August, I believe?
August 19th.
Okay. And, all right, you have seen this growth. What is the future holding? Because, you can't just expect 1 year to carry all the time.
Well, I would say this 1 year has felt probably like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
We had our first counselor, Ruben Smith, in June of 2023. And then we hired Matthew Vermillion right around that switchover time period. And now we're on to 5 counselors full-time.
Oh.
We have interns. We have 1 intern right now from Evangel University and soon to have 2 more. So it's just been a wild ride of starting small, and we're growing to the point of 1 year later, we're looking at, okay, how do we gain more space here?
Yeah.
And that's just the demand, I think, of mental health in our region, and just us trying to help with it.
Well, okay, let me ask this, because you say counseling, you say mental health. That's a huge box. What are you offering people? What are you here for?
Yeah, well, when you hear mental health counseling, I think people think of multiple things. They think of talk therapy, psychiatry, and what we do is that talk therapy.
Okay.
We want to make sure if you have something going on in your life, whether that's grief, it could be a high need, a low need, whatever it may be, we can help with that. We want to talk and get to the root cause for it. Now, there's definite need for psychiatry help out there, and medication access is great for that. But what we try to do is find what's going on in your life and get to the root of it and get you to where you want to be.
Okay, I understand also that something that, well, it's growing, but it's growing here. That's paying attention to the children as well.
Yeah, children is probably one of the biggest needs. And I think how we grew up, I graduated back in 2013, so it doesn't seem like that long ago for me, but how I grew up is completely different than how these kids are growing
The
up.
world has changed.
Social media plays a big effect into that, and one statistic that we try to look at and not ignore is Stone and Taney County. The state did an assessment, and 10 to 13% of children aged 6th grade to 12th grade seriously considered suicide in the past year. 10 to 13% is a number you cannot ignore.
That's huge.
Yeah, and we know we have to do something about that and respond. Next week, we are starting with a children's therapist. It has been something that's been on our hearts to make sure we have a children's therapy department. We've been raising the funds for it, but now we have enough to start. So we could raise all that money and get to our goal, but when you're doing it, it means a whole lot more to say, hey, we're actually doing this, and show the donors, like, we need your continued support. So that's where we're at.
That is very important for that growth, because you're not for-profit organization.
Correct.
The only way you get it are through funds, but those funds are, I guess, part and parcel with support from the community, and that's really what you need to continue the growth here.
Yeah, donors are huge for us.
Yeah.
Like you said, we're a nonprofit. We have to work really hard on the grants and donations, and 50% of who we see don't have any insurance. And that's a big deal, because what we do is a sliding scale. So most folks that have no insurance, they pay $30 per session. Our counselors, everything that we do obviously costs a lot more than $30 in that hour. So that's where those grants and donors really come in. And we want to make sure donors know that we are trying to tackle these issues. We are going to be transparent about it, and their money goes into these programs.
It's community supporting itself is what it really is all about.
Yeah.
If people want more information about Hope Counseling Center, would like to possibly become a donor
Yeah.
or help in some way, how do they make that connection?
Well, we love everyone's support. If you're watching this and you're in the Southwest Missouri region, we're impacting those folks. You can find us at hopecounselingmo.org. You can Google us, Hope Counseling Center. That's the easiest way to donate, to become a client of ours. You can also call us at 417-336-9355.
It's also important to remember that just because we're in Branson, that doesn't mean it's only Branson that you help.
No. We have in person. We love to have our clients come in and see us, but we also have virtual care. So if you want to get to know our counselors, we can see you virtually.
All right, Kyle, thank you so much
you,
for
Tom.
your time. So think about it, Hope Counseling Center. It's in Branson. The footprint is much larger than that.